Hey guys, Metal Viking 82 here, back to show off this absolutely amazing package that I received from Primitive Brutality that was waiting for me when I came home from work today. Of course, if you're not familiar with Primitive Brutality, it is the distro run by Roger Beaujard, who is most well known as one half of the creative duo of Mortician, who in my opinion are one of the coolest death metal bands ever, and definitely one of the most brutal death metal bands ever in my opinion. They are definitely a love them or hate them type of band. I personally love them, but Roger was also in Malignancy there for a while. He also has a couple of side projects that he done. Primitive Brutality, which of course that's how the distro got its name, and also Bits of Gore. But yeah, Bandcamp Friday was here recently, and finally decided to make a order from Primitive Brutality because I never ordered from there before, and basically do something that I've been wanting to do for a while now and just never really got around to doing it. I guess just didn't have the nerve to do it. I don't know. But yeah, one thing that I did get from Bandcamp Friday from them that I did not actually get a physical copy of because it is long out of print, so I had to settle for a digital, which I am a physical media person. But this is something that I really wanted to hear, and it is basically the Bits of Gore compilation, essentially, because it pretty much has, I think, everything that Roger recorded for that project. And let me just say that that is some absolutely killer stuff. It's basically as if Mortician were just Roger himself doing everything. He handles, you know, the drum machine, the horror samples, the vocals, everything is himself. And he's got some absolutely awesome vocals, I have to say. But yeah, so I picked that up. Hopefully one day, maybe he'll repress that. I don't know. Fingers crossed. But yeah, all the stuff here, though, that I'm going to be showing is all Mortician related. And essentially, you know, I picked up, I think, pretty much every reissue that they have put out so far, because they're basically going back and reissuing their entire catalog. And, you know, I really wanted to not only hear how these things sounded compared to the originals, but also you will see why I made an order and basically ordered stuff I already owned before, which, of course, is not the first time you've seen me do that. But I am going to start off. He did throw in a really cool sticker, so I finally have my first Mortician sticker, which will definitely be getting put to use. Excuse me. But this I did not have, and I've been wanting to get it for a while, and I believe it was limited. I can't remember how many copies. I thought I read something that it was limited when it first came out, and I was always afraid I was never going to get a copy, but I finally did, and that is the Ghoulish Gigs DVD. And this basically has Live from the Whiskey A Go-Go from 2001 and 2002, as well as some bonus videos. And you may notice the reason that I'm making this video and showing basically why I ordered all this stuff again, and that is Roger was gracious enough to autograph all of these for me, so I can finally add Mortician to my autograph collection. Of course, one day I would love to get Will to sign all this as well, whether I actually get to see the band live for the first time once concerts ever freaking come back, or if I somehow work out a way for him to get this stuff and sign it for me. I don't know, but I do want him to sign all this eventually. So yeah, really looking forward to watching that. And of course, as I said, I picked up the reissues. This one I actually had an original pressing of. I got it in a trade years ago, and yeah, got the original slim CD case version of this. So this is Mortal Massacre, again, signed by Roger Beaujard. And I find it funny that when he signs things, he basically uses the same phrase that I do to end all of my videos, which is stay brutal. So really cool. The packaging, I'm not normally a digipack person, but I gotta say these turned out really cool. I cannot wait to see how they sound. Then we have House by the Cemetery. There's the inside there, Will and Roger. And as I said, signed by Roger. We have Hacked Up for Barbecue. Really cool picture of the band there, and I love the disc art on this one, which of course, you know, is freaking sideways because I forgot to switch it around. I don't know about you, but I cannot stand when my discs are not facing the right direction. And then we have the Zombie Apocalypse EP, which of course has one of my favorite songs on here, which is of course Hell on Earth. And then this one actually folds out a little bit differently. Here's the original artwork. You can see the band was a 3-piece at that point. And then last but most certainly not least, Final Bloodbath Sessions. And this is not a reissue as far as I know. Of course, it's not in a digipack, so... And this is kind of an interesting list because, you know, Mortician are known not only for their drum machine usage, which plays inhumanly fast blast beats, but also their horror movie samples. But this here, they basically re-recorded a bunch of their songs without the horror movie samples and with a live drummer for the first time in years. So definitely an interesting listen compared to their usual work. But yeah, I just had to make a video about this. I wanted to get Roger to sign, and well, get Will and Roger to sign my stuff for a while. And, you know, basically people in the Mortician group that I am on, or in on Facebook, said, hey, just order directly from them. They'll just ask them, they'll sign it. And, you know, Roger, of course, is the administrator of that group, and he was just like, yeah, man, I'll hook you up. I was like, sweet. So I placed the order, so now I can add Roger Beaujard to my autograph collection, and I can finally say I have some Mortician albums signed. And as I said, eventually I do want to get Will to sign them at some point. But yeah, enough blabbering from me. That is going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching and subscribing. And until next time, stay brutal.